Hello everybody! Today I'm going to be doing the reader's problem tag. Let's get to question 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. How do you choose which one you want to read? Now this question's pretty easy for me. I usually know what I want to read, at least for a few books. Like, for example, I wanted to read the next couple of books in the Lunar Chronicles series this month, so I picked up the next 2. And then for the other books, I pretty much just, if a friend has suggested it, I'll read that one. And then, other ones, I just kind of pick randomly off my shelf. I look over all the visible ones and I go, you seem interesting. Let's read you this month. Which, that worked pretty well last month with The Only Ones. I gave it 4 stars. Pretty good. I still haven't gotten to read the one that I did that for this month yet, but it is coming. Question 2 is, you are halfway through a book, but you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Now, for the most part, I finish every book I read. As of lately, especially. But I feel weird not finishing a book, Like, if I just say, I'm not gonna finish this one, it's kind of strange. I feel like some cosmic entity is going to, strike me down, which is insane, but, true. That's how I feel. Usually, I force myself to finish reading them unless it's, kind of repetitive with the storyline, or if it's an unnecessary amount of profanity, stuff like that, or maybe if the topic I just don't really think is being handled properly. I remember I gave up on the book Zombie. It's ZOM-B. I'll put a little picture in here. I gave up on it because it just seemed really it didn't really need as much profanity as was in it, especially when it was around young teenage boys. I understand that they're young teenage boys, so of course they're going to want to do stuff like that, but I just don't think it was necessary. And that's kind of the same case with 8-5A, which I gave up on. Which I don't understand why books with excessive profanity make me not want to read them. I'm on Tumblr all the time and Twitter, and people constantly swear there. I don't know. It's something about them. I don't know. Question 3. The end of the year is coming and you're so close, yet so far away from meeting your Goodreads goal for the year. Do you try to catch up, and how? I've got to say, I'm probably going to finish my Goodreads goal because I only have it set for 50 books for the year, though I may increase it should I reach it early. But if I were really close, maybe 20 to 25 books away, I would totally pick up a bunch of teeny tiny little books and read those. Or I would reread books that I know I could speed through, like Cinder and Scarlet and the Gallagher Girls book, just books that I know for sure I can get through really easily and really quickly. And sneaky. Question 4. The covers of a series you own do not match. How do you cope? I actually have this problem. I have a trilogy. I've mentioned them a couple of times before. I have Exodus, Zenith, and Aurora, which I do not actually have Aurora in my possession. It's on the way, but they do not have a matching cover for Aurora that goes with the 2 copies that I have of Exodus and Zenith. I looked. They have the covers that match the new cover I ordered, but I'm not going to reorder those books. I also experience this issue when it comes to really nice editions of
books that are individual, that are, what's the word? That are, it's right here. Books that are standalones. Ha! That's the word. Okay.
I have this issue for standalones too, and also for standalones that they put together, and there is one book I have in mind for this, and it is the Indigo Library edition of George Orwell's Animal Farm in 1984. It is so pretty, but they like only seem to sell it in Canada. I live in Florida. That is so far away from Canada, and online they don't have it in stock, and it's just so pretty, and if I could buy it, I would buy it. I would easily spend my money on that, but sadly I cannot. So I cry. That's how I cope. Question 5. Everyone and their mother loves the book that you hate. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I know exactly what book I'm thinking of, and I don't necessarily hate this book, it's just not my favorite by this author, but I don't have anybody who feels the same way about this book that I do. Everyone that I know who likes to read loves this book. They love the book, and I just get so I may have mentioned my feelings for this book in a previous video, but I don't remember. But the author's John Green, and this book that I'm referring to is definitely my least favorite John Green book, while it is everybody else's seemingly most favorite. Question 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Well, for the most part, I am very good at containing my feelings, especially while in public. So the chances of me actually crying in public are very, very slim. If I was about to cry, I'd probably head to the nearest bathroom and just let it out. Question 7. A sequel of a book you love just came out, but you don't really remember much from the first book. Do you reread it? For the most part, yes, I absolutely would. I am actually kind of doing that now for a couple book series that I never finished, like Harry Potter and also the Gallagher Girls, because I've only read the first 3 Harry Potters and I've only read the first 4 of the Gallagher Girls books, so I am rereading all of them. I have no issue with that. Now, if it was for something, for example, if I had read the Game of Thrones books and the new one was coming out, I would not be rereading that. Those are massive books. There's no time for any of that, so that would be a negative. That would be a time when I would go to Wikipedia. I'm not even sorry. Question 8. You do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell them no? I really wish that I knew how to politely tell people no. I mean, there's certain, if somebody borrows like one book from me, that's fine. I don't really care. That's cool. One book. I can keep up with that. I can remember that. Go ahead. Read it. Tell me what you think. I will check up on you. But like people taking like stacks of books and borrowing them, that's a bit harder to maintain, and I don't know how to say no to people with stuff like that, because I mean, saying,
"Oh, sorry, I don't want you borrowing my books,"
sounds kind of mean. They're my babies. Question 9. Reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the past month. How do you get over your reading slump? Well, as I've mentioned before, it is a very, very rare thing for me to not finish a book, especially 5 in 1 month. That would be horrible. But I do understand what this question's going for. I mean, it'd be like if you picked up a bunch of 2-star books and you're just kind of like, ooh, and then bam, reading slump. If I got into one of those situations, I now realize that I could just reread a book that I really enjoy, like Cinder or Scarlet or the other books that I've mentioned. But I would just try and reread books that I know I really liked and that I could really get through quickly. And yes. Question 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many of them do you actually buy? I very rarely buy books when they're new. I usually don't really know that a book is coming out until I see it in stores, and even then I'm kind of just like, I can wait for it to be dropped down in price a little bit. I'm a bargain shopper deep, deep down. It hurts to buy books at new price. I will if I really, really, really like and really need that book and plan to read it like right away, but if not, then I will just let it sit at the store and wait for me until it is cheaper. Question 11. After you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you read them? Sadly, I do not tend to get to my new books very quickly at all, and I have bought a lot of books this month, which is not a good sign. Although I do kind of want to read one of them next month, but we'll see how that goes. If it's one in like a series and I've read the other books in the series and I was just waiting on that one, I will more than likely read it as soon as possible, but any other case it might be a month or two. I hope you guys enjoyed this tag. I will be tagging a few people because I'm very curious, and I will link their channels in the comments below, and I will probably comment on one of their videos to let them know, obviously. So until next time, bye! I might have mentioned my dislike, hold on, trying to remember how to speak. We're good.